Today we will be looking at the Transformers Legacy Commander Class Magmatron, because this is the figure I chose today because it's been a minute and I want to get another video out. And I really like Magmatron just because I like dinosaurs. So you got a dinosaur, a aquatic reptile, and a flying reptile. Is it a good figure? Yes. If you're coming here to find out, if you're coming here to find out, should you buy one? Yes, you should. You should buy one. You should buy one. You should buy one. You should buy one. It is an amazing figure. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Another big purple dinosaur to add to the collection. The ever expanding collection. But yeah, if you're just wanting to know, should you get one? Yes, you should. You should get one. It is a fantastic figure. I love it. But getting on with the actual review, you have the three components, essentially, of Magmatron. You have Skysaurus, Landsaurus, and Seasaurus, or a Quetzalcoatlus, Giganotosaurus, and Elasmosaurus. We'll go ahead and I guess we'll go smallest to largest. So we'll set this guy over here and we'll get Landsaurus out of the way, and we'll pull in Skysaurus in here. He is a Quetzalcoatlus, which is a big old bird. So big, in fact, that it actually ate like baby sauropods and stuff, which is really neat. But I love just kind of messing around with this thing by itself, just because of that wingspan. Like, that is a huge wingspan. Like, leader class, commander class wingspan. Love it, love it, love it. Especially that real nice, like, transition from that dark maroon, reddish purple to that bright red. Love it. Then you got the gold. The feet, I believe, are molded in gold. I don't think they're painted. The hands are also molded in gold, but they've got silver on the fingers. And then the face, it's got gold for the beak, yellow for the eye, and then in the mouth, you've got some silver on the teeth, and then pink for the tongue. But, you know, as for the figure itself, oh, and the pink here on the underside of the wings. As for the figure itself, it's really not a whole lot. It is a very small figure, and all it does is form the head of Magmatron and some of the torso, so it doesn't need to be all that big. But it does have some pretty decent posability. It's got flapping wings. It's got a hinge here, a rotation, a hinge, ball joint there. It can look up that far, down that far. It does have a ball joint at the head, so there's a little bit of tilt, very minuscule amount. But, you know, it's got all the jointage you need. The feet can kick forward, that far, back, that far. There's a knee. I think it's a knee, an ankle, and a toe, I think is what they are. I'm not sure. But, you know, it's a pretty decent little bird. Get him kind of standing up here. You can wave at the camera. Sure, why not? Have him wave at the camera. Some of those wings do kind of weigh him down. And we'll do some size comparisons. The other big red bird that I have, sorry about that, I ran out of storage. Comparing him to the other big red bird I have, we have Deluxe Buzzworthy Bumblebee Terrorsaur, who has, you know, still an impressive wingspan for a deluxe figure, but nowhere near what this Quetzalcoatlus has. Like, getting those wingspans compared, like, it is no competition. But still a good figure. Would like to review that one day. So, get him out of here. Next, we'll do the other purple dinosaur, Megatron. We can get him standing here, and you can see just how long that wingspan actually is. From tip to tip, it's longer than Megatron. But, you know, it's still like I'd say like a Legends core or a possibly even deluxe class sized flying reptile. Oh, come on. Just stand. That is one thing that's kind of a pain in the butt about this figure, is it does not want to stand. Next, we'll do the review from the other day. Bring that in there. Double dealer. In his ATV, not ATV, APC mode. Very minuscule compared to them wings. Another figure I'd love to review one day, but it's just way too big. Revenge of the Fallen, or I guess Hunt for the Decepticons, I think is technically his subdomain. Hunt for the Decepticons, Battle Blades Prime, I think is what they called him. It's the one with the swords in the arms, or the hooks instead of the swords. And then, last but not least, whoops, we have, go ahead and get that in here, Masterpiece Megatron, because it's a cool figure I own, and I like it, and I'll probably do a review on that soon. But that was Skysaurus. We'll take him out of the way. And we will go ahead and get on to Landsaurus, Groundsaurus, the Giganotosaurus, the only actual dinosaur in the set. He's a big purple dinosaur. Not a whole lot of paint. He's got a little bit of blue here. Bluish white kind of color there on the spine. He's got silver on the toes, silver on the claws, silver for the teeth, pink for the tongue, and green for the eye. And that's as much of his mouth opens. Like, that's pitiful. But it is what it is. It's got real nice of that, like, kind of scaly texturing all across the figure. And it does have some posability. The head can look up that far, down that far. It can look left and right. Like I said, the mouth can open, but not much. The arms are on a ball joint. And then the legs are kind of weird because they're just the robot mode legs. But it can kick back that far, forward, I'd say before it starts looking way too weird, that far. And as you can see, when you start moving the legs, it starts untabbing stuff and the innards start getting shown off. It does have knees. Goes one click that way. It can extend out that far. You know what? It doesn't actually click in anymore. If you're setting them at the like preferred distance, then it doesn't have any back, but it does have all the forward you need. The foot is like a soft kind of thoop, but it does have forward and back, and then it has a pretty nice pivot there. There's also a little bit of tail articulation. The tail can go up, down, and it can wiggle, it can waggle. But, you know, that is Landsaurus, Groundsaurus, Giganotosaurus. Bringing back in Pterosaur. You know, he's deluxe. He's more of a leader class, so he is pretty small. The other purple dinosaur, Megatron, who, standing up, is taller, but Magmatron, or Landsaurus, is longer. Let's see, we'll put Landsaurus back here. You can see Megatron is taller, but Landsaurus is, you know, significantly longer here. He's got probably about an inch or so on him. We'll do Double Dealer. Almost said Overlord. That's not correct. Double Dealer, who is teensy. Optimus again. Get him in here. They're about the same length. Maybe, like I said before, like about an inch on Prime. But, you know, it's a leader class figure. I expect it to be large. And last but not least, stand Megatron. But that leaves my personal favorite of the set, Seasaurus, the Elasmosaurus, a big teal and shiny green football with a big noodle. Big noodle. Like, technically, this is how they'd swim, so if you stick the neck straight out, it is a huge figure. A very large figure. But, you know, it's got some more of that, like, scale detailing all throughout it. It's got the kind of tealish, greenish, metallic stuff going on there. Not really a whole lot on the bottom. One thing that I don't like is the way they sculpted this thing. It leaves all the hollow stuff right out front. So you can see all that beautiful gappy nonsense. You could, because these are all just swiveled all around, and then, you know, it kind of solves that issue. But for sake of this is a review, I'm going to display it how the figure is meant to be displayed. Or not meant to be displayed, but how they intend it to be. And that's with all the gaps out front. And then it does have green on the eye, silver on the teeth, pink on the tongue. Pretty much all of them have painted eyes, silver teeth, and pink tongues. But, you know, as for posability, there's a little bit of waggle there. A little bit of waggle there. There's a ball joint on this one, so it can swivel and bend in and do everything you need it to do. And then every joint in the neck is a mushroom, hinge, mushroom. So you've got a swivel at the base of the neck in 2 spots, right here and here, and here, and then there, and then a hinge at the head with the opening mouth. And then all of these are, of course, hinges, so it can, you know, do what you need it to. It's not great because it does kind of break the sculpt when you're messing with it, like unless you have like very shallow bends throughout the entire neck, it does kind of like put some weird hard edges in there. I found it's easier if you kind of Nessie the thing and have the neck like way out, then it puts less hard edges and kind of softens those curves. But you know, it's your toy, do whatever you want with it. I feel like what we're gonna do is real quick get in size comparisons. Pterosaur. Oops. Pterosaur. Magmatron. Shovel Dealer. Optimus Prime. And then last but not least. Oops, bumped the microphone. Masterpiece Megatron. Masterpiece Megatron. Okay. So, I feel like what we're gonna do is... Sorry about that. Ran out of space again. I guess I need to just go through and dump my storage, because I keep running out of space trying to film this thing, but... Okay. Ooh, don't bump the camera, that's naughty. Like I was saying, I think we'll tackle robot mode first, and then go to his, third mode. Just because I'm not a big fan of that third mode. I tried to make this video once the other day, and went on a full rant about it. So, I just ended up deleting that, but we'll do robot mode first. We'll bring these guys back in. They can sit over here, and they can be emotional support, because we're going to start with the bird. Take the feet, and you'll see there's this little tab hanging off them. You're going to want that tab to face as flat as possible, and then you just put it down. Same thing over here. Tab as flat as possible. Put it down, and then you're going to take the stomach, pull it all the way down, fold up the neck, fold up the head. I can fold these, and I like to take the hands and kind of compress them down, and then that to just get them out of your way. And we will set that off to the side, and do the torso. So first thing you're going to do, rip his neck off, flip his butt open, and then you can just separate the bottom half of this thing. This will become a shield. We'll deal with that in a minute. Then you've got this. It's a fish. Whoa. Okay. He's attacking you. Flip those panels back, flip the tail up, take the whole thing, fold it back, and then just compress that, and that's gonna be annoying to deal with. Then we can take this part and slide it down, and then this big section is just gonna go in like that. Fold up the hands, untab them. You'll see a tab and a slot, and you'll just untab it from there. And position the arms. We'll get them T-posing for now. And same thing on the other side. Get him T-posing and ready for combination. Oh, and then these are just big tabs that go into big slots. You take them. Oh, good lord, this head. And just tab it all in. And tab it all. Good lord. Get out of here. There you go. That's his mode. There you go. You got Crocodile Man. Set that there. Next, his pants. We'll start by just straightening out the dino feet. And then you'll have a whole bunch of tech you gotta pull out. So, first step is getting your thumb into here and flipping out the heel. And then these weird in between the toe spikes. Then you can pull out this slot tab. Pull this out, pegs, ports. And there's a leg. Same thing on the other side. Pull out the heel, and you'll see this paint on the toes do chip really easily. That's no bueno. Not a fan of that. But you know, it is what it is. No, it's $90. That is not what it is. What it is. That should not happen on a freaking $100 toy. When you say toy, and it just demeans it. So $100 figure. I guess we can pull its butt off. That will become something later. Flip this panel up. Pull that out. It'll extend. Then you can take the hands, and they've got a peg. There's a port. 2 and 2 equals 4. And you can pull these out. Give it to me. Those become side skirts. Flip this up. Rotate that. Flip this back down, and it'll tab into place. Take the chest, and you lay it, and then fold them up. And then you'll see that tab is going to go into that slot. There we go. And then I guess we can go ahead and pull that out. Okay. Get all this, and fold its throat up. Get all this situated. And then what we'll do is kind of raise the camera up so you can accurately see what I'm doing here. You're going to take these chest bits, fold them back down. I get the head looking up there. And we'll take Quetzalcoatlus, and you'll see a big old hole and a big old tab, and then these will slot in on either side of that middle neck piece. Just slide in like that, and you can kind of use this to hold it in place for now. Then you can fold up these chest pieces, because what we're going to do next is get all this situated. Not tap that in just yet, because we have to bring in this part. So you'll see a collection of clips and tabs and all kinds of nonsense. So these 2 clips go into these parts of the Quetzalcoatlus. These 2 tabs go into these parts of the Giganotosaurus. And then you'll see these 2 big clips go on either side of that chest piece. And there's some miscellaneous tabs that will go into some miscellaneous ports. But for the majority of it, it is just kind of cramming that figure in place, which is way easier said than done. The amount of tabs you have to get to sit just right, otherwise it just won't go together, really are no fun. Then you can take the feet, and there's a tab and a slot in that chest, and that tab will go in that slot. Just like that. Take the feet, fold down. Bring the arms down on those really loud ratchets. Bring the Giganotosaurus head down. We'll bring that side down because now you gotta take this neck and just get it to kind of fit. You'll see there is a post, post, port. That post and that port line up best you can. And I found the best I can get is this kind of number going on. But once you get all that going, that is Magmatron into his robot mode. Okay, so now we've got him in robot mode. We can kind of talk about what he's got going on here. So he is a big, very colorful character. Red from the Quetzal, green from the Elasmosaurus, purple from the Giganotosaurus. Really cool. And he's got a whole bunch of articulation. So, pretty much the wings are the same as the Quetzal. They've got the up and down there, they can flap, and they've got the all the way out. The only difference is now there's the head there, and he's got a little bit of rotation. The legs and the Giga head kind of block it, but you know, it is what it is. And then the arms, we'll get this wing out of the way. Out. Really nice ratchets. All the way around. He's slipping. Double jointed elbows, so it's got a pretty decent ratchet there. And then, let's see. And then it's got bicep rotation, wrist rotation. Wrists can hinge up and down, and the hands can open. 4 fingers and a thumb. Real creepy beast hands. Arms up out of the way. There's the flap there for that skirt piece. Oh, it does have a little bit of a waist rotation. Again, not a whole lot, but there's something. Leg out that far. Forward. Get the tail as far up as it'll go. Back. Real deep knee bend. No up and down anymore, but if you untab that right there, you can bring him as up and down back. And then that same deep ankle pivot. But, you know, it's a pretty decent figure. Oops, that arm proper. Getting in closer on the details. We do have, gold for the brow, green for the face, silver on the teeth and fangs, a little bit of green in the eyes. On the chest, you've got some more green, red hands that kind of come out of nowhere. And then that really nice kind of gold pattern there on the crotch. Gold on the shoulder there, some gunmetal for the upper shoulder, a little bit on that joint. That green on the arms, and then the legs are the same as the dinosaur. But, you know, it's a pretty good figure. I like it in his robot mode. I think he looks really cool. But he does have accessories. So these right here are wimpy little noodle swords that are not really swords at all. They are just there because the original toy did that. But those just kind of, I leave those there. I don't really take those out. I like his other accessories, like this. This is a sword. Well, it's about to be, because if you take this bit and you fold it up, you take that and you fold it down, and then you come here, you collapse this whole section in, and then you fold these little tabby-doos down, and then you fold all that in. You've got the hilt of a sword, and then this is what was stored the tail. Take all that. Bam. He's got a sword. And a big sword at that too. Real big. Then, he also has a shield. So this was the bottom of that Elasmosaurus. What you do is you take the butt and you fold that away. And then you've got this. That tab has to go in that slot. Just like that. That just folds down. Fold out the attachment point. And then I like to take these and just sit them like that, and then you've got a peg, and then the 2 clips, And then on the underside of this forearm, you've got a port and then 2 little clip points. You're literally just going to take that peg, line it up, clip it into place, shield and sword, big ol' mean green fighting machine. And he does have one other accessory. He's got the big jelly crystal with the 5 segments. He's supposed to have 2 tips, like of the very end bit. But I lost the other one, so I've got a jelly crystal, a mini jelly crystal, and that's it. And this can plug anywhere there's a port. Which, surprisingly, he doesn't have a whole lot of those weird little damage dimples, like the Siege figure has, or the Siege figures have, which was kind of surprising. There's not a whole lot you can cram these things, or a whole lot of places you can. They kind of like advertise you taking this and plugging that in there and then that there to like replicate the sword shooting, but that just looks stupid. So I just leave it like that, which looks way better. Getting in on some size comparisons here, we'll do Pterosaur, who's deluxe, so he's small. We'll do Double Dealer, who is like a Voyager with extra steps. We will do what new leader class looks like. So we've got leader class Beast Wars Magmatron. Then we do old leader. So we have leader class Movie Prime, which is basically Commander class now. So if we were ever to get like a Commander class Studio Series Prime, this is pretty close to what we get, and I think this looks awesome. Watch the light, don't knock the light over. And then last but not least, Masterpiece Megatron, who is still like a Commander scale, so, you know, that's pretty neat. Oh, come, don't do this to me. There we go. There we go. There we go. We got G1 Megatron. Let's go to all the Megatrons in here. Or I guess all the bad guys we got. Magmatron, Megatron, and Megatron. There you go. The evolution of man. Dinosaur, man, dinosaur. That's how it should go. Get this out of here. Get this out of here. I really like the robot mode. Now, his next mode sucks. I'm really not a fan of it, but it is my job as a reviewer to show you what it is and how it's done. So, I'm gonna cut to him in his beast modes, because that's easiest to get from beast mode to this other mode, and I will see you in a moment. Okay, here we are back. They're all in their beast modes, and we're just gonna start with the easiest one and go to the most complex one. So we'll set him off to the side, and we'll start with the bird. The bird, what you do, rotate the wings around, kind of angle them up, take the feet, straighten them out, lay the head back, bam, it's a bird. Arguably, I think actually this one's the easiest one, because you literally just open that up, and he's ready to go. This thing, though, sucks. So, start by opening it up like you did before. Take off the bottom. And then you're going to want to come in here, all this mess, open up these panels, and then situate the arms, basically like you're going into robot mode. But instead of bringing them all the way down, all you're going to do is rotate the hands and open them up. That's facing the right way. Rotate the hand, angle it, and open it up. Then what you can do is flip this little peg out, and then these things. Then you can close these panels in, and that little triangular peg is going to go into that little triangular port. Line it up, press it in. This can go back up here for now. And then you'll take these panels and undo them. And then you can start clipping stuff into things. So, you have these 2 clips here, and these 2 clips here are going to go into these clips here and those clips there, which is just all around pain in the butt. There we go. Now we can take these and bring them down. And you can take these panels here, and you have a peg and a port. You're just gonna put said peg in. Whoops. Said port. Yep. I guess you can rotate these around so they're facing the right way. Open this back up, and it can fit the sword plugged into the tail. Then you're going to take this, and you're basically going to turn it into the shield. And then this will just peg over all of this mess here. And then that will go up there and become like a weird kind of tail thing. These can sway back. I like to just tuck these fins in. So you've got that whole number going on. Then you can bring in the Pteranodon, peg, slot, clips on the neck, clips on the tail, tab in the back, or slot in the back of the head, tab right there. Legs kind of splayed. Just plug everything. And that, get these feet kind of just up there on the side. That is Magmatron mode, I think is what they call it. The Magmatron. And some pictures have the head kind of like that. I prefer to leave it down flat. But this thing is stupid. If you're buying it for this, you're wrong. Because I do not like this. Like, is it funny looking? Yeah, for the first 15 minutes you have it. But that was not a fun process. It was an easy process, but it wasn't a fun process. I'm not a big fan of this number here. But, you know, for posability, it's pretty much all the same. Ball joint, for, like, basically the dinosaur is all the same, except there's no more tail articulation. The wings flap, just like on the Quetzal, and then all the neck movement and fin movement on this thing. And plus the arms, but this is just not it. This is not it. This is something, but it ain't it. Would I recommend you get the figure though? Yeah. It's a fun figure. Robot mode is awesome. Individual modes are awesome. This mode is something. Definitely a little fun to play with when you first open the thing out of the box. But not a mode I would display it in, because it doesn't really capture what Magmatron is. Well, actually, no, it captures it pretty terrifically. A mess of all kinds of random crap crushed together. I guess what we'll do is comparisons. That's my job, right? Pterosaur, Megatron, Prime, other Megatron, and finally, the triple changer I did the other day, double dealer. But that was Magmatron. This is Prime Toys, and I will see all three of y'all next time.